Hello everyone, what is up and welcome back to another video. Today's video is a very long delayed video because if you remember back in March or April, I said that I'm gonna bring in lots of retro tech videos. Well, yeah, I did bring in retro tech videos, but those videos were not much. And also I said that there's an interesting retro tech video coming up, and after that I didn't make it because I was busy doing other videos, and this product was actually just sitting on the shelf. And of course you would have seen with the thumbnail and the title that today we are going to be reviewing the PowerBook 3400C. I'll just take it and show it to you. It's a pretty heavy machine, so yeah, here we go. That is the PowerBook 3400C. It's a really beefy machine, but just in terms of size and weight compared to today's standards. I don't want to do much talking, so without further ado, let's get started into the video and take a look at this machine before we do a review on it. Here's the PowerBook. This is the PowerBook 3400C, and this machine was released back in February 17 of 1997, and it was discontinued back in December 13 of 1997. This PowerBook didn't have a huge lifespan, it just lasted a few months and it was discontinued. This PowerBook retailed for 4,500 to 5,000 USD, and as you can see here, this is a pretty beefy machine and the weight of it is 3.3 kgs. And that is together with the batteries and everything. It's a really thick and heavy machine. Now let's take a look at the ports. The ports for this PowerBook are all situated at the back of the computer. This is the power outlet. This is the VGA port, followed by this is the modem port, followed by this I guess is the infrared, and this is the Ethernet. And the ports don't end here. The ports extend onto the sides too. This is a Type 2 and Type 3 PC card expansion slots, and beside that is the audio in and audio out ports. And this part at the side, this is the floppy drive module. Let me just take it out and show the floppy drive module to you. The floppy disk is pretty easy to take out, just some buttons, put it out. This was very easy to take out, so I just wanted to show it to all of you. I know this isn't a part of a review, this is more into the repair stuff, but just wanted to show all of you. This is the Macintosh PowerBook floppy drive expansion bay module, and if you take a look at here, it shows 1995 Apple computers. Pretty old, kind of rusted, but I tried cleaning the rust off, but it didn't work, so I'm just gonna slot it back inside the PowerBook. There you go, just slot it back in and it's done. The cooling mechanism for this laptop is very unique because if you take a look at the side here, there's actually a button here that is to press out, and there we go, the stand is out. Let me do this for the same for the other side too. Press it and press the button up, and the stand is out. And I can just rest it here, and it has a slight elevation at the back. Let me show the elevation. There we go. You can see the elevation. Here's the stand, and it's slightly elevated from the table. Of course, this is kind of like a wedge design, but it's actually not, because here it's also thick. So this is just a slight elevation to increase airflow. And if you can see at the side of the screen here, there are also air vents on this side and the other side too. These are the vents, air vents on the screen itself for air circulation. Now let's open the computer and take a look at the insides. So to open this computer, there's a lock mechanism here. We just push it to the side and you just lift the laptop up. And there we go, the PowerBook is open. And we can see that this PowerPC logo here, followed by the vintage colorful Apple logo, PowerBook 3400C Macintosh. The screen of this computer is a 12.1 inch LCD display with a resolution of 800 x 600. And if you take a look at the bottom to the keyboard is a full-size keyboard with 12 function keys and 4 arrow keys. The arrow keys are kind of weird, like the up arrow is here, the down is here, and the left and right are to the sides. Usually on Windows computer and newer Macs, they are on top and below. Let me just show you how they look on the newer MacBooks. This is a comparison with my M1 MacBook Pro here. This has left and right keys at the side and the top and bottom keys to the other side. So that's kind of weird. But if you take a look at the newer Macs, those are to the sides and it's up and down. This is really good because it's actually very natural feeling, and these are just quite odd. So I just wanted to point that out. Now let's get back into the video. Now let's turn on the computer. But since this PowerBook, obviously it's been more than 20 years, definitely the battery is dead. So we just got to connect it to power to turn it on. Now let's just turn it to the side here. Let me just show you how I do the connections. I've got my charging cable. I'm just gonna slot it into the power outlet. There we go, it's slotted in. We heard the chime, so the laptop is definitely gonna boot up. Let's just give it a minute. There we go, the PowerBook has been turned on, and as you can see, there are two lines on the LCD here, two very evident lines, and this shows that the LCD is spoiled. But of course, the whole computer working, it's already a very big thing considering the age of this. Now let's take a look at the technical specifications as we do in all these Macs. This Mac runs in macOS version 9.1 and it has a built-in memory of 48 megabytes, and virtual memory has been turned off, so there's no way that we can use the hard drive or virtual memory. So all we have is this 48 megabytes and that's it. And macOS itself is already using 27.4 megabytes. We're just left with roughly 21 megabytes of RAM. I can definitely edit my YouTube video in that. Now let's take a look at the storage. We have a storage drive here and it shows 7.56 gigabytes, and let's open Macintosh HD and that shows a 994.9 megabytes. So that's a total of just 9 gigabytes of storage. Whew, that's a lot to work on. What else do we have here? Oh yeah, I wanted to show that there are a few songs on this. So let me just open iTunes here. I really want to do a speaker test and screen test on this Macintosh, but let me show it to you. There are all these songs and I don't know if these songs are copyrighted or not, so just don't want to risk it because this shows the artist name and everything, so I just don't want to risk it by just playing some copyright song and getting this video copyright strike. And also at the same time, since this Macintosh doesn't have a USB port, I really cannot download any songs or anything onto this. I saw something interesting on this. There are actually games installed on this Macintosh. So let's take a look at games and let's see how games run on this old computer. This is a game called Wolfenstein 3D. It looks nice, and of course this game does have sound, but I don't know if that is also copyrighted or not, so I've just muted the sound. But from the experience I can say the speaker is quite loud. It's not compared to today's standard, but it's good. Let's just wait for this Wolfenstein 3D to load up and we shall see how it goes. Okay, it's loaded. Now let's see which scenario. Let me just go for the first one, escape from Wolfenstein, and let's click enter. Can I play daddy? Don't hurt me, bring them on, I'm deaf. Okay, this is kind of weird. The wordings are weird, but I'm just gonna, if can I play daddy, because that looks like the lowest level. Just gonna click enter. Oops, okay, I just click the spacebar and the game just goes on. So I'm having a gun, but am I supposed to shoot someone? That game didn't make it, so I tried playing another game. It says that there is not enough memory to open this game. Oh, it needs 16,000 KB, but I only have 7,000 KB. Okay, let me just close everything that I have and let's see if that works. And it's still not enough, so I don't know what to do with that. So let's just close that and let's try some other game. Okay, so I had to switch the color of this monitor in order for me to play this game. That's kind of weird, but probably because the colors are low on here, I guess that you need to change. And I've never played this game before, so I don't really know how that works. Oh, that's nice. Okay, I just want to say that I suck at 8-ball pool. I hit it, but how is it that the other person is hitting faster? I don't know that. Why is my ball going slowly? I don't understand. I don't know how my ball is going slower. Okay, I've just restarted the game and I'm really not good at 8-ball pool. I tried playing 8-ball pool, but 8-ball pool clearly didn't work for me. And the other games, some were having some memory issues, like some didn't want to open up because of not enough memories, RAM, and the others didn't work out. Usually I'll take a look at the technical specifications before going on to the games, but today I just want to give it a try for the games. Now let's take a look at the technical specifications of this computer, like really go in depth and check it out, because I was really into playing the game, so I went for that first. Now it's time to take a look at the technical specifications. So let's click on the file and let's click Apple System Profiler. This should give us an in-depth view into what this computer really contains. So let's just give that a moment to load, and there we go. We can see the watch loading, so we'll be up in a few minutes or at least a few seconds. Let's wait. Okay, it's up. Let's just wait for it to load, and there we go, it's in. So what do we have here? This has virtual memory is off and built-in memory is 48 megabytes, and that's about it. And the logic board has 16 megabytes of RAM, and the expansion RAM is 32 megabytes. The expanded RAM is just 32 megabytes. Wow. Processor is a PowerPC 603EV and 108 MHz machine speed. Also, this just shows the path in which the hardware is split. So floppy, there isn't any floppy disk, so that's out. And this has a built-in Ethernet and a display card, obviously. And the display card is the one that's outputting the display, which is this, and the Ethernet, that's good. So I think if I have an Ethernet, I can bring internet to this computer, but that's for another day. These are just the normal terminal that we would see. So let's go to extensions. There aren't much applications to play with. Joystick and pinball, those are like the games, and the rest is all Apple software restore, system profiler, all the internal stuff. Now before we continue with anything, I just want to give a mention to this mechanical keyboard, which is really good. So let me just show it to you. I've had this note. This is something that I typed. So now let's just click return and just type in something. Welcome back to RetroTech. These mechanical keyboards really feel great to type on. I'm loving them. Even these very old keyboards are just great to just type with. Welcome back to RetroTech. Please subscribe. Yep, I do tend to miss a few letters, but still getting used to this mechanical keyboard. It's really nice. Now let's just close out of that. So there isn't really much to explore about this computer. I really want to do like a speaker test, but I don't think that's possible. Okay, I'm just getting a bit of sound from this speaker. Okay, there we go. I was finally able to get some sound out of the speaker. Yep, and that's what you heard. That's the speaker quality. Let me just press this one more time and let you all hear the beep again. Okay, that's a pretty mediocre speaker, but definitely it sounds loud. Now let's travel back in time and talk about this Macintosh PowerBook 3400C. So these computers were kind of interesting because they were all introduced in February 17 of 1997, but the discontinued periods are different. The model that I'm having, the 180 MHz CPU, was discontinued on December 13, 1997. But the 200 and 240 MHz were discontinued later on, which is on February 17, 1998 and March 14, 1998 respectively. The prices of these computers ranged from 4,500 USD to 6,400 USD. That is depending on the processor and the storage. Apple calls this color a dark grey color, but to me it looks more like a solid black color. The storage of these computers range from 1.3 GB to 3 GB. 3 GB was the maximum amount that you could get from the Apple Store if you buy this computer back in 1997. It's really small now, but wow, a computer having 3 GB. That's kind of fun to hear. Now there isn't a battery on this Mac, but when it had a battery, the battery was a 32 watt lithium ion battery, and the battery life of this laptop was 2 to 4 hours. This Mac released with macOS 7.6 and it's supported till macOS 9.1, which is what's running on this computer right now. This is the last version supported for this PowerBook 3400C. And the battery on this computer, even though it was a 32 watt hour lithium ion battery, the battery capacity is 922 to 2292 milliamp hour. I couldn't really get the original milliamp hour of this, but from what I heard, this Mac can be used on power. So this can be plugged in and used with a maximum continuous power of 45 watts. This is the review of the PowerBook 3400C. Now onto the question, should you buy this Mac in 2022? The only reason why you should buy this Mac in 2022 is for collection purposes only. I think we all know that this PowerBook can't be used on a regular basis, that we all know. So yeah, we can't use it on a regular basis, but this is definitely an obsolete machine which is worth to be collected. So let's say you're seeing it on eBay, you're seeing it for offer, you're seeing it on a discounted price, or let's say something like that. Do grab this immediately without thinking, because these PowerBooks are very hard to find, especially in good condition. Now, as usual, story time. Yep, I kept the story time to the last this time because I just want to try out something new on how I got this PowerBook. It was kind of a long story, so just keep it simple. I sometimes buy some of my old PowerBooks and even the first gen Intel MacBook from an Apple collector. So that collector actually saw this listing. He wasn't like really interested in this PowerBook. So he thought maybe he would send me, because I'm also collecting Apple products, so it would be useful for me. I went to take a look at these, and this PowerBook 3400C was listed for $150 together with the charger and everything. But of course, it showed 2 lines on the screen that the LCD was spoiled. Then I went on to text the seller and to ask for more details. And the seller told me that the hard drive on this PowerBook has also been replaced. And I was like kind of fine with it because it's a 20+ year old machine, the hard drive is spoiled and everything. So I just asked if there's any other issue, and he said there's nothing much other than the 2 lines on the screen. And also the charger is a third-party charger. New chargers are really hard to find, so I really thought this $150 was a really good deal for this computer. So I decided to make this purchase, and it was delivered to me. and after that I just couldn't do that video because I was just lying inside the cupboard and I didn't touch it. I was doing other reviews and I was like, I'm just gonna do it one day, but it just didn't materialize. So I thought I'll just do it. And when I wanted to do this review, I really went through a lot, wanting to do speaker tests, wanting to do video tests as usual, but none of that worked. So I just tried to use the technical specifications and just show all of you this computer and to bring you all on a blast to the past. I know that there isn't much on this testing and this isn't much of a review and more of a technical specifications overview, but I just hope you all like it because I actually tried doing it with this PowerBook and there wasn't much content that I could do out of it. But being honest, I really want to do this video, so I just do it with the technical specifications and I just wanted to show all of you the games and everything on it. It was good exploring it, not really a content heavy video. I'm just glad I could show all of you this PowerBook. If you like what you saw, don't remember to click the like button, do remember to subscribe to this channel, and do remember to turn on notifications. With that, thank you so much for watching and I'll catch all of you in the next one. Bye bye.